Now, as part of that proposed budget, the prime minister says that he could scrap 2 public holidays. That idea has been met with a lot of outrage on the political front and by the French people. But where does France stand when it comes to the number of holidays compared to other nations? Well, to dig a bit more deeply into all of this, I'm joined on the set by France 24's Solange Mougin. So, Solange, do the French really have it better off when it comes to bank holidays?
Well, not exactly. When it comes to the number of bank holidays, it's actually Cyprus that takes the winning position of 15 days off, followed by Spain, Croatia, Slovakia, Bulgaria, Malta, Romania. They all have 14 days. Now, France currently has 11 public holidays per year, putting it smack dab in the middle, actually just a tiny little bit below the 11.7 days average in the EU. That EU figure does not take into account regional holidays, which actually can add up quite a bit. There are a number of days, for example, in Germany and Spain as well, but also in France. The Alsace region actually has 2 more days than the rest of the country. So if Bayro's proposal goes through to remove 2 national public holidays, this would put France actually at the lowest EU level of 9 days, which is currently also the case in the Netherlands, Denmark, and without the lands or the regional state holidays, Germany as well. However, public holidays are only part of the picture. We also have to take into account the national minimum number of days of vacation in countries. And this is where France gets its somewhat unfair, but not entirely unfair, it's all relative, reputation of having a lot of vacation time. France is in the top 10 of EU nations when it comes to paid non-work days. It's Spain and Malta with 44 total days off. That is actually on top, with France coming in 7th with its 36 days per year. And it's actually the Netherlands that is at the bottom of the list with just 29 days off of public vacation and public holidays combined.
Right. So let's get back to this proposal by the prime minister. So removing a public holiday, obviously, or 2 public holidays is very controversial, but also the dates the prime minister threw out there are part of it too.
Yeah, they are. Now, Bayrou said in his press conference that he's open to other suggestions, which personally makes me think that going for 2 days may be a means to get 1 day in the end amidst all the backlash, but that is just a personal guess. Nonetheless, there has already been quite a lot of backlash among politicians and also, of course, workers.
Getting rid of 2 public holidays is unacceptable. People work. Previous generations fought to have them, and now they're being taken away. I don't understand. It's inadmissible.
I was expecting it, honestly. In any case, they don't have any other solution than taking from taxpayers. So no, I'm not surprised. I find it disgusting, but that's how it is.
Now, Bayrou also said that he wants to end the Gruyere effect of French holidays. He's referring to the holes that you often have in Swiss cheese. And here he's actually talking about the ability to put down a vacation day or 2 or 3 in the month of May. Thanks to its many public holidays, this allows for des ponts, or bridges, or very long extended weekends, depending on, say, what day of the week May 8th falls on that year. Here, Bayrou wants to put an end to a month that is tricky in regard to economic output. According to l'INSEE, each bank holiday creates a loss of 1.5 billion euros in lost economic output. And on top of that, there's the lost output of these long pont weekends. And then there's also a percentage of employer or social charges that would be added to the state's coffers by these canceled holidays. The government says that they're looking at a boost, according to them, of 4.2 billion euros, but of course this is a contestable estimate. As for Easter Monday, Bayrou, who is said actually personally to be quite religious, he says that Easter Monday doesn't actually have a religious significance. This is actually an issue that divides theologians, and Lundi de Pâques, or Easter Monday, is actually a remnant from when Napoleon got rid of the octave of Easter, or the 8 days off following Easter Sunday. So it was a bit of a compromise at the time in the 1800s with the church. As for the 8th of May, there's much outrage about removing this holiday. It commemorates the end of World War II and the capitulation of the Nazis. Politicians across the political spectrum, from the far right to the far left, they have called this out. But the 8th of May holiday has actually gone through many different raisons d'être since being made a bank holiday in 1953. It was a Journée d'Europe, or European Day, to celebrate the rapprochement between France and Germany in 1975, and then it turned into a day to celebrate the Second World War in 1981.
All right, so Solange, let's say the worst happens and these days are taken away. Is there a precedent in other nations like this removing a bank holiday?
Here in France, there is a precedent, or semi-precedent, in regard to Pentecostal Monday. It was turned into a worked holiday in 2004 as a tribute to the some 15,000 people, mostly elderly people, who died in the heat wave of 2003. Now, the money from this unpaid work day for employees is actually put into a fund to help the elderly and the handicapped. There's a bit of a controversy, too, about how the some 36 billion euros in funds so far has been spent, is or is not being spent and kept in the state's coffers. But that is another subject. As for precedents elsewhere, Portugal removed a holiday, it's October 5th, Republic Day, as part of its austerity measures. It was then later reinstated after the economy got better. Denmark has also scrapped a holiday to boost military spending. There are also other precedents in other nations. Nonetheless, every time, everywhere, scrapping holidays is a surefire way to make people unhappy because work, well, it's great, but vacation is great too, and it's all about creating a balance.
Right, exactly. It's all about living to work. No, working to live. No, what's that thing? Whatever that thing is. Work to live, don't live to work.
Exactly, that's it.
I know, something like that. Solange, thank you very much for coming in and telling us all about it. That's France 24's Solange Mougin. Next now to